What's up, people? Mark Holmes here, of course, with
Like Lengthen Fitness.
Boy, that water looked good. I always forget to bring myself a tasty beverage for the road.
I thought you left some water in here.
Oh wait, that's right. I do it. Oh man, I got a Deer Park sparkling water. Oh, it's kind of warm.
I leave water in my car.
I forget. I can't. So I'm not dying of thirst like I thought I was. It's going to be a long evening, and unfortunately, I left. What time we leave this morning? Was 7:30?
7:30, 8 o'clock.
God, I'm just trying to figure out, where does the time go? I got up at 6:30. I did my morning video because I'm gonna hit the road early and get down there and stuff. Traffic was bad, and then the cell service worked down here, so it doesn't work real well. So, and that's why it's taking forever to upload it. And now I found out I've got went one direction. And then now I found out I got to go the complete other end. I'm literally going from the top of Virginia to the ocean side, the bay side of Virginia, and now I'm going back to the mountains and then back to the top side. I got to do this all today. So Virginia's actually a lot bigger state than you think, but you got to do what you got to do. But here's some good news. We all talk about, they're talking about full stadiums, except for maybe the Washington football team. The Washington football team, y'all ain't having no full stadium. Let's be real.
Yeah, they will.
What?
When the Dallas Cowboys come into town, they'll tear it.
Even when we're there, it's still not full. It's not. Sorry. Look, they've been taking seats out of that dump for years, man.
We can't do anything about taking seats up, but we're going to fill up that stadium.
But there's one other thing, too, and I have to investigate this some more. Brian Harding, our resident Washington football fan, apparently Jay-Z and Beyonce want to invest in the Washington football team. But I thought they were Cowboy fans.
Who?
Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're not?
I don't know what team they were, but it's not the Cowboys.
Well, Dan Snyder's looking for some extra money and stuff, so I'm sure he'd be more than happy. He's trying to get rid of his other partners.
The other thing, too, is they follow the money.
Well, if they were to get a new stadium, then they'd be, up there with the Cowboys as far as worth. But that stadium is worthless, man. What are you going to do there? I mean, unless it's going to be like Robot Wars, or Demolition. Let's demolish the stadium. Now, I paid to go see that. But that stadium stinks.
But Washington's still in the top.
That stadium is so bad that even the dirt is bad. They're literally digging up the field. 12 inches of the soil. They're just like, it's cursed. It's cursed, okay? They're going to put some holy water on there and try and, fix that shit.
But they're still in the top 10 wealthiest teams in the world.
And falling fast. But they were right there behind the Cowboys. Anyway, what's been announced, like 30 minutes ago, although it'll probably take me 2 hours for this shit to upload because the Wi-Fi, the interweb out here sucks. If you were worried about the Cowboys not going to Oxnard, it looks like they're going to Oxnard because the Rams have announced that they're going to be having joint practices with the Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. I want to say the last time they had joint practices, I think, was when we went to California. Was that 3 years ago? The infamous Rico game. Was that 3 years ago? Rico Gathers. That was the game that you said, or I was looking at like, damn, this boy can play.
Yeah,
but then they screwed him up by saying you got to gain weight. Because he had like two deep touchdown catches. You were like, damn, we got ourselves a baller here. But then Jason Garrett said, yeah, we understand that you can catch the ball and you can jump out the roof and all that stuff, but we don't want that. We want you to put on some weight so that way you can block. And he put on the weight and he could no longer glide down the field like he used to. Anyway, I think that might have been the last time they had joint practices, or was it the year before? It was the last time Dez was still on the team because I think Dez got into a big fight in training camp. I think he got stole, in fact, because he took his helmet off. It's like, why are you gonna fight without your helmet? I mean, that's, don't listen. Don't take your helmet off when you're fighting, dog. Keep your helmet on. I know you're like, oh, but no. Helmet on. You got to protect the franchise. Protect the franchise. So, at least, okay, all jokes aside, if they're going to be having joint practices, then that means they are definitely looking differently at COVID protocol. Did you watch, what was it? The show, the on HBO, the training camp, Hard Knocks.
I don't watch anything on HBO.
Okay, Hard Knocks last year, they had the Chargers and they had the Rams, and you looked at all of the measures that they went through for COVID protocol and everything else. If they're doing joint practices, a lot of that COVID protocol is probably going out the window.
Well, I mean, a lot of states are lifting their mandates. We heard it today on the radio.
Yeah, they're working that way. That a lot of people are. Yeah, Lord knows we saw a lot of people on the road when we came in this morning, which is why we're going to take care of this thing tonight instead of tomorrow, because I don't want to be on the road tomorrow. But if they're having practice, not a game now, joint practices, that bodes well for the upcoming season. Let's just hope everything continues to go in the direction that it's going in as far as COVID, because I want to be definitely back in some football games. How about you? You want to go to Dallas? I know we're going to do the Washington game.
Yeah, to tailgate.
We may have to take the propane heaters out there with us.
To tailgate, I don't mind going to Washington to tailgate.
You think that'd be too much to take those propane heaters out there? We got 3.
It's going to be cold.
Well, those propane, you can take 3 of those out there. That'll put out some heat. You better, well, as long as it's not windy. When it's windy, it wasn't during the draft when we were doing them. It was windy, so it was just blowing all the heat away. But when it's not windy, you man, that thing throw out some heat. Shiz. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, I got about 300 more miles to drive today. So you'll probably see us here a couple more times, probably in the dark at some point, because we'll be driving in the dark. But hey, we do what we got to do to get the news to you, as well as take care of everybody. And speaking of do what I got to do, I wonder if there's anything coming down the tailpipe for Shannon Sharpe about that whole interview that he did with Julio Jones. Or if they're just going to sweep that under the rug and ignore it. All right, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the road.